Let us say hello to the man himself, a man of his word. There he is, Israel Adesanya coming in. What's like Jeff Jarrett? Double J? What's up, man? Ric Flair, how are you?
What's up, brother?
Great to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Having me.
Much love to you. I was
Told
just
you I
saying.
was around. I get around.
I know, but you know how it is.
Easy.
It's one of those things where you're like, you're not sure if you're.
No, I will. Well, I mean, when I say I will, yes, I mean that. But then, you know, my handlers might have other plans or, you know, things to do. But no, I'm feeling good, and I felt like, yeah, let's get chatting. Let's go.
I appreciate that. And I was saying, it's very rare for someone to come on the show after a loss.
Yeah. Really?
I don't know if anyone has ever come on
Live.
in studio.
No way.
After a loss?
Oh, true.
So it says a lot about you. And I was talking about some of those and I wonder if you ever looked at it like this. Like there have been some famous moments, Conor after Nate won, Dominic Cruz after Cody, where it seemed like people, like we felt a certain way about them, but then afterwards, after those moments, they showed up to the press conference, they owned it.
Dominic when he was standing up?
Yes.
Yep, our best classic, yeah.
And you reminded me of that on Saturday. You showed up, you know, like you didn't have to show up to the press conference. You certainly don't have to be here, and yet you're owning it. And I'm wondering if you ever watched those guys and been like, you know, if I ever have to deal with something like that, I'm going to deal with it like this.
Probably definitely, you know, left an impression in my mind, definitely. I remember Dominic, he was suited up, glasses on.
Yep.
And he was like, why wouldn't I be here? And there was someone, I think, even said, take a seat. And he's like, why would I sit down? I'm comfortable right now. And yeah, he just stood in his own, you know, 10 toes deep. And yeah, I'll do the same.
How are you doing?
Good. Great, actually.
You're okay?
Yeah, I'm
And this
crazy.
isn't one of those where you're saying you're good, but inside.
Like, I'm surprised, though. That's the thing. I woke up and I'm surprised the amount of, because I think people are taking it harder than me, the people that ride for me.
Okay.
You know, even talking to, you know, your good friend Schultz and other people as well, like in my life, I think they see me the way I am and the way I'm feeling makes them okay. And yeah, I felt that. Yeah.
Are you surprised at how well you're doing?
Yeah. Oh, no. I knew I was going to be fine. It wasn't like, oh, I'm not, you know, I've had worse things in my life happen to me. But yeah, I'm surprised how much people care and how much they take it to heart. You know, people are like, the people who really care about you, who love you. But once they see you're doing fine and you're just, you know, I think maybe the leg was sore after the fight. I went home chill, but the next day I was able to walk around and shit, and then the nerve came back because, you know, the peroneal nerve got damaged from him. But yeah, so once that healed up, I was fine. I was just trotting away.
And physically, how are you feeling? How is your...
Good, just my leg. Like, yeah, I damaged his leg, but he got me as well.
Really?
And, yeah, his one, I mean, yeah, I damaged his leg, but he damaged me in the sense that, you know, it compromised my feet, my footwork. You know, my leg became biscotti.
And that moment there in the fifth round where he checks the kick and you fall backwards.
Was that the fifth round?
I thought it was the fifth, or maybe it was the fourth.
It doesn't matter, but like, it wasn't from the check. It's because, you know, when you kick, you're balancing on one leg, and the leg was already compromised. Like, my PCL was already hurt, you know, from my previous fight. And yeah, it got damaged again through the fight. And yeah, so when I was stabilizing as I kicked on that, something happened and I fell back. But in that moment, I was like, I cannot butt scoop. There's no way. This is where freestyle comes into play, like breakdancing.
Yeah.
You know, my dance background.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I just knew, like, I need to get up somehow. And I was like, whoop, backwards roll. And as I backwards rolled, I was like, okay, there's going to be a flying knee or some kind of attack coming towards me. So be ready to get out of dodge, like just eject. But yeah, I still have to watch the fight. I've watched highlights, but I need to watch the fight again just to enjoy it for what it was.
Enjoy it for what it was. You will enjoy it.
I think so. I think I'll enjoy this fight, watching it back.
Really?
Yeah.
This is fascinating to me.
I showed, you know, different facets of my game, and it was a back and forth war. You know, it was a good contest, you know, a crazy contest I was winning until I wasn't.
Okay, so could we start at the beginning? The week.
Let's roll it back.
Yes. Yeah. How was the week? You know, because I always love talking to a fighter before, but then after when they can tell you the truth. Like,
oh, no, I was being, it was good.
It was a good week.
Having everyone around, that was the thing. Just, we're in there ourselves. Even at the press conference, when he said, like, they're not going to fight for you, I'm like, of course not. I'm in there with you. It's you and me. But they're with me. Like, the strength I get from my people is crazy, man. And it fills me up with so much gusto, so much pride, so much just vibes from the close people in my circle, and a lot of certain people in my team as well. Like, I'll be getting love from them that not that I wouldn't expect, but it just made me feel a type of way, in a good way. But yeah, the whole crowd, I don't know if you saw my episode 3, when Eugene, even brought up Tojo to give a speech before our dinner. That got me in my feels so much. And shit like that, vulnerability is strength. It gives me power. So when I see, Tojo giving a speech like that, talking about, when we started this, all we wanted was an Auckland title. And then Eugene giving his speech, he gets emotional. I see Mike in the background getting emotional. I see Twist, shedding a thug tear in the back there as well. And I get emotional, and that just fills me with so much strength. Shit like that just powers me up, man. It's like it's fuel to the fire.
And it felt like you were comfortable in New York, like owning this moment, right? MSG, this was a big deal. You were playing it up. The clips were great. Everything was great. So were there nerves? Did you feel any different?
Course. It's part of it. Nerves are always going to be part of this shit.
More than usual?
No.
Okay, just...
Not more than usual, just regular. But I'm able to regulate myself. I'm able to regulate, how much I allow in, and then just, feel it. I let it pass through me. So you can't hold on to it. You feel it, don't run away from it either, because it'll fuck you up later. So you feel it and let it pass through.
The press conference, facing off with him, seeing him again, like this familiar face. How did you internalize that?
Because the first time?
Yeah.
First press conference, it was just, he said, look at me. I'm like, I am looking at you. I'm here. And he said something else, and I didn't really understand, and I just thought, this is wasted energy. So all I knew was, I was kind of sick of talking from maybe Tuesday. I was like, I just want to fight.
You came on this show, and you're like, enough already.
No, not everyone, not just you. I still did the thing, but I was just sick of, because the fight was already sold.
Right.
So I was sick of, talking. I'm like, I just want to fight. I literally just want to fight, and I'm glad I did. I had fun in there. I don't know if I'm sure you'll see me smiling bits and pieces through the fight. There'll be times when he missed, and I'm just like, that was close.
and I want to ask you about the fight, but I was also curious about, so Carlos kicks things off.
Ooh, set it off, put it in the bag with the black jag.
Incredible.
Yeah.
He is for real. And I asked him, because I wanted to put out a tweet, just want to remind you all, Izzy's in the back, but he told me you actually didn't go that early.
Not this time. It was too early. It was way too early, and he understood. He didn't even flinch. He knows that we support him. We watched the fight from home, me and Dan and Ike, and saw him get it done. But it would have been too early. I don't want to be in the arena for that long, because being in an arena, there's an energy that it can zap you if you're in there too long, You want to be in there maybe maximum, I can be in there maybe maximum 4.5 hours before my fight.
Okay.
I think that's but if I was going to be there maybe 8 hours before, I'm done, I think 6 or 6.5, but I was there maybe 3.5 hours before my fight, which is just right. So I got to watch Brad's fight.
Okay.
In the arena, which was cool. And I'm not watching it live, I'm still watching it on TV. I'm just not backstage while he gets ready.
Is that a trip? You're watching from your home.
Yeah.
The card that you're about to headline. Because usually we see you chilling out.
In the back. I like to watch my teammates get ready, and then also be part of their preparation in the back as they get ready, be there for them, just soldiers in the back, you know what I'm saying? But I just knew he was going to get it done. I knew we were going to get it done. And the way he got it done was beautiful. Just that check hook is something else.
So you were filled with pride, joy. After that, the Brad fight obviously was a tough one.
Yeah, Brad looks so sharp backstage. Even the sparring we had before our last sparring we had in New Jersey, just sharp. His head movement was on, his counters were on. But again, I know Brad, and he already kind of put this on Instagram. He's just gonna chill for a while.
Does that surprise you?
Yes and no, because I know Brad. Brad is a fighter. He loves to fight. But again, he's done this since he was 17 for so many years, just fought. He also, when he started fighting, he fought fire with fire. He'll just attack you. He wasn't really the most savvy, crafty, but then once he started working with Eugene, he learned how to be crafty, then also working with Frank and the boys at Bangtown Muay Thai, he learned how to wrestle properly, and Andre as well. Andre got his wrestling good, and he's got the body type. I've always said, even when he was kickboxing, I always told him, you look like a wrestler. He reminded me of Chad Mendes a little bit, that body, and I was like, you look like you'd be a good wrestler. This is when he was really young. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me as well because also now he's a man. He's a family man, and he's told me his reasons why.
Okay.
And I respect that. And whatever he wants to do, 1,000% I'll support him. But he's a savage.
And Dan.
Yeah.
Looked great.
Beautiful, bro. Psychopath.
Yeah, that first round was insane.
Bro, when Homeboy was on his leg, right?
Yeah.
I swear I was looking at that looks tight, but Dan doesn't look like he's in trouble, so he's fine. And I see Homeboy like squeezing, cranking, and then he goes, and Dan's just sitting there like, I'll wait. And then they get up and Dan goes, attacks the body, and yeah, he gets the job done.
That must have given you a jolt, right? You always say you don't get too high, too low, but
definitely, of course. Even with Brad, when that happened to Brad, I was like, fuck. Because I know how much Brad wanted that win. Because Brad puts a lot of pressure on himself. You know, he's a man of high standards. But same thing, I just thought, okay, cool, next one. And then when Dan won, I was like, all right, cool, next one. But still, the way, when momentum gets going, like Carlos, the way he sets it off, it does add to the fuel.
Right.
For everyone.
Yeah.
It gets the ball rolling. So, yeah, when Dan did that, yeah, definitely, you know, I was just like, ooh, my turn, let's go.
No theatrics this time as far as the walkout.
A little bit.
Well, the music was, but like you were
focused.
Yeah, you were locked in. Why that song?
I used that song to activate me through camp. So, and also it's a theme. Like, it comes to me. I don't really choose.
From Saw?
Yeah, from Saw. So that's from the Saw movie. And someone from the press conference or pre-fight said, like, is it because, you know, Jigsaw punishes people for what they did in the past? And I'm like, well, I guess maybe. I don't know. It's just, if it goes, you just have to, as an artist, you just go with the flow. Mm-hmm. That track just evokes just bad vibes, like in the best sense, like evil. I want to do bad things to people. And yeah, during like my hard workouts, I'll just chuck it on, or I'll leave it it'll be in the rotation of the playlist. And then when you get to those trenches and then it's there, I'm working, I'm getting good, I'm getting better. So when I'm about to walk out and that track plays, it just activates me. It just puts me in that sense, and I'm focused. Yeah.
Was there a reason why this time, like, no dancing, no, under?
I don't always dance and stuff.
No, I know, but like it was fairly.
I just felt like it's business. Like, it's just, okay, let's go and handle business. Like, the fight's already sold. I'm gonna entertain you guys in the cage, on the octagon. So yeah, I was just like, let's fight. I really wanted to fight.
How did you feel about the first round before the closing moments? Like, up until that last.
I was winning. Yeah, I was winning. It was back and forth a little bit. I was winning. And then again, you can't sleep on me, man. Like, even if you hear you think, oh, it's only 10 seconds left, I'll catch you. And when I caught him, so I caught him with the overhand, boom, and I saw him wumble, and I like faked the uppercut and went with the left. I don't know if I should have thrown that uppercut. I'm glad I didn't, but maybe if I did, it might have been enough to put him on his back. But he had his balance with him and was just wobbly, like one of them.
Yeah.
Wavy.
Yes. Things,
right?
Yeah.
And then he just went back to his corner. But even when he got up for round 2, he still wasn't all there. You could tell. Yeah, a little bit. He still wasn't all there. But he recovers fast. He recovers, like, very well.
And so, what do you think? Like, 10 more seconds? How much more did you need?
5. One more shot.
One more shot and he was done?
One more shot, yeah.
Does that haunt you?
Nah.
You don't think about that?
No, of course not.
That's like there's a lot of similarities to your second fight, but that is one,
crazy,
right?
Yeah.
The second one was different because it was the second to last round, whatever. Yeah. But like the fact, and I was thinking, okay, is this like Whitaker won?
That's what I thought as well when that happened. I was just like, huh. Like,
you'll just finish
at the buzzer.
And so you're probably thinking, all right, second round, I'm going to finish him.
No.
You weren't?
No, hell no. That's silly. If I do that, then I'm doing myself a disservice. I could have got finished if I'm going to hunt for the finish. Nah, I'm just going to systematically break him down, and then the finish will present itself.
All 3 judges gave him the second round.
Yeah. Even Eugene told me. Yeah, so I gave him the second round as well.
You did?
Yeah, Eugene told me in the corner, like, it's probably 1-1. I always know he's going to start strong. So yeah, I was always there. I was always ready. But I gave him the second round.
The third round is where you introduced the wrestling.
I know something you used, though.
Yeah, I mean, that was fun. Yeah. Was it always in the game plan to bring it at that point in the fight? Obviously, we thought that you would
somewhere in the fight. But I just knew I know I could wrestle. It was hard to get him to the fence. And the opportunity, like I said, presented itself. I had him, I think, in the collar tie. I tried to trip him. He tried to trip me, and I was like, right. I had a body lock or something. I just spun him. I put him on his back, and I kept him there. I just certain positions I couldn't hook his leg properly like I wanted to, but I kept the shackles on him. He wasn't going nowhere. I've got these grips, bro. I got big ass hands.
Yes.
Yeah, so and he's a big motherfucker too. So I held him down, and whenever he tried to get up, I drained his enthusiasm. I put him back down, and again, he's a guy that recovers well. He recovers really well.
How much do you think you weighed? How much did you weigh?
Ask him. I'm strong. Like people don't realize how strong I am. I'm strong. Even when I got him on the fence, I think I weighed 90 kgs.
What is that?
Now,
see,
do the Google.
I just want to do it 1 second.
Maybe 190. I'm gonna guess
190
190 something.
to pounds.
190.
198.
8. Okay, bet.
Wow. Okay, so almost 15 pounds more than Friday.
Yeah.
He looks big, man.
Yeah.
Like him next to Glover, he looks like he's the light heavyweight.
Sure.
He was definitely over 200.
Probably.
No?
Yeah. I think so.
Did you feel like he was bigger?
Nah.
No.
Even when I took him down, that was through momentum. But when I kept him down, I was able to just control him because I'm strong. People don't realize this. They look, oh, he's so skinny, but I prefer it that way. But I'm really strong because base benefit. My boy AB really got me strong for this fight.
So 3rd round, easy one for you. 4th round, I had for you as well.
Yeah.
What are you thinking going into the 5th round?
Just stay in it, stay focused. And I wasn't up to the point. So, and I don't blame the referee. Mark did a good job, but you see when I get up, I'm like, I'm fine because I was lucid. I didn't get rocked. So I got hit against the fence, and my thought, okay, escape laterally, either left or right. And I went right, and I was going right. I wasn't because of I was rocked. It's my foot. And again, the perineal of when you get happened to Michael Chandler,
happened to DJ Cejudo, yeah.
What's his name? Even our boy Jimmy Crute happened to him as well. So it's like some points in the fight, I'm trying to move. This is throughout the fight. Maybe from the halfway through the 2nd round. It's like, when you're walking and your leg just trips and it drags on the floor accidentally. I was getting that through the fight. I'm like, is something wrong with my leg? And then eventually I was like, oh shit, okay, I think my leg is just, that thing. I knew that's that thing that happened to my leg. I've never had it happen to me in a fight before, ever. But I knew what it was. So when I was like, okay, because he hit me 2 big shots, and I'm like, okay, lateral move. Excuse me. I just did hot ones, so.
Oh, yeah. How was it?
Good. Crushed it.
Am I allowed to ask you that? I don't know if it's like...
No, it's fine. I told him, I crushed it. But, so I went lateral, and then I tripped and looked bad. So I think the referee was like 2 big shots, and he wobbles. Oh, shit. It wasn't from the shots, I promise you. There's no reason for me to lie. It was from the legs, which he caused. He caused the damage. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, stand there. Just don't move anymore. Let him gas out. So I was waiting for him to take big shots. So I put my head down like this. I can see his arms and I can see his legs. That's all I need to look at. I know where his head is. But I just need to okay, there's his arms. So I'm just there moving. But to the referee, after 2 big shots, and then I wobble, and I'm standing there looking like that, he's going to be like, oh shit, nah. And he's being safe. So when he jumped in, I'm like, I'm fine. I was like, oh, fuck. I literally was just disappointed. I was like, I'm fine. I was just waiting for him to gas out so I can do my work. I was going to take him down and then beat him up again.
So I'm happy that you say this, Israel, because I feel, okay, we just had a whole debate about this at the beginning of the show. Yeah. And I said it on my post show on Saturday. And I've taken a lot of shit for this, but I believe in it strongly. I think it was premature. I came out and said it was premature. You were not out.
I can't blame him, though. I can't blame him. I can't blame him.
I saw that, and I was like, "Why?"
I mean, you've seen me in the Gaslam fight. He reffed the Gaslam fight. Well, in that case, he should have. Actually, I'm just thinking about this now. He should have stopped the Gaslam fight.
Yeah, I felt like you were more rocked in that one.
Yeah, no. Gaslam, he could have stopped the fight and finished it.
Right.
Gaslam was about to die.
The thing is, it's not like you were a standing TKO. That to me, that was a standing TKO, right? Yeah. You never fell.
No.
That
I was fine.
That usually happens when you're being beat up for a long time and the ref is like, I can't do this anymore.
Exactly.
That was a quick sequence. Yeah. That was like a 5-second sequence. And I felt like
maybe like 10 seconds. But literally, I was looking and I was just like, okay, he's going to swing and miss and swing and miss. And when he gets tired, he's either going to clinch and I'm going to take him down, or I can get the angle on him and hit him and then do my work, put him on the fence. But I was just like here. And I watched the sequence again. I watched it and I was just like, head down. When I have my head down, I'm still looking at him. I'm still looking at him. I can see the knees cutting. People are like, oh, what if the knee came up? I'm looking at his feet and I'm looking at his arms. I couldn't see his head, but when I know where your arms and feet are, I know where your head is. But I was just trying to like, okay, keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. And when he stopped, the first thing I go is like, I'm fine, ref.
Right.
I'm fine. What the hell? Again, I'm a champion. You refed. Again, I don't blame him. Mark's a good referee.
He's an incredible ref. I would say he's top 3, top 2 in the world.
I agree, but you ref the Gaslam fight. You've seen where I can go to. You should have that kind of faith in me. And also, you gave Kelvin Gastelum every chance after he got dropped the most in any title fight in the UFC's history. So I didn't get dropped. I got wobbled, but I wobbled because of my leg. You know, I got hit big shots, but I wobbled because of my leg. So again, you're under the pump. It's a big show, you know. It is what it is.
This doesn't drive you nuts?
Nah.
How? How's this not eating you up inside?
Because how? I don't know.
I
actually don't know.
You're not lying in bed thinking like, you were 2.5 minutes away from retaining, right? Because he wins that round probably.
Probably, yeah.
And even
if I took him down, if I took him down and beat him up, I would have kept him down if I took him down again.
Right.
Yeah, if I took him down again, he wasn't going to get back up. So I was literally just like, hey, buy my time. He's going to get, because you can only punch for so long. You can only punch for so long. But again, another great story for him.
Sure. And so I'm just wondering, because it's, look, people got mad at me for using controversial, but I felt it was controversial. That's not something that you're fixated over. You're just like, all right.
No, not yet. Well, at the moment, I'm, surrounded by great people.
Right.
I've been eating good. I'm still enjoying New York. So maybe when I'm by myself, I'll watch the fight again. I haven't watched the fight again, but I don't think I'm going to fixate on it because it's not one of these things that's like, oh, God damn it. I'll fight him again. I'll probably fight him 2 more times.
You think so?
Yeah.
How do you feel about him as a person?
I don't know him as a person. But I told him after the fight when I took a bow to the crowd, he came up to me, he said, hey, respect. I was like, it's okay. I don't like you, you don't like me, but respect. And we shook hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you like him?
Energies don't mix, and that's okay. This is war. War still wages on.
Do you feel like he doesn't like you?
Probably.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't like me.
You know he doesn't. Why? He's 3-0 against you.
I don't know.
What's not to like? He probably should. I mean, he should be thanking you. If not for you, he's not fighting for the belt at MSG.
He doesn't have to like me, but it's just
Right.
energy. Energies don't mix all the time, and it's like water and oil.
Can you compare how you felt after this fight to how you felt in 2017? Is there any similarity?
Ooh, that's a good question. Still surrounded by love, even more this time, surprisingly. Like from people I wouldn't even expect.
Like who?
Nah, I don't want to drop names, but still, I'm just...
I mean, you're a massive international superstar now.
Yeah.
There you were fighting. How many people were at that fight in 2017?
20,000 or something?
In 2017?
Oh, no.
No.
That was in Sao Paulo. That was in his hometown as well. I can't remember, to be honest.
But nothing like this.
Nah, fuck no.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not surprised to hear that people are showing you love, showing you praise.
People expect me to handle this the way they would. So they project and think like I'm probably just like
Devastated.
and just under a rock or a cave somewhere. But I'm like, nah, I'm living my life. I mean, I'm really grateful. I meant that. This is no fugazi shit. Like I'm just blessed to be in the position I'm in, the opportunities I've gotten, to be able to do what I've done, and to be able to, I guess, set up for not even a comeback. I just set up for the next chapter.
Were you, the word complacent was coming to mind because we were talking about it. Was like the theme of the show last Monday with all you guys.
Was I complacent during?
Yeah, during this, like now in retrospect, do you feel like anything came back to haunt you?
Nah, fuck no.
No.
I did everything in my power. I meant when I said that before the fight, everything in my power to make sure this fight, I was ready for this fight. I was the best I've ever felt, literally the best I've ever felt. I got compromised. It was a smart move because a guy like me with great footwork, what do? Take away the tires. So early on he did, and I was like, nah, it's not. I didn't think it was gonna affect me really crazy, but then it paid dividends. But I did the same thing to him. He just happened. If I had hit his perineal nerve, it would have been a bad night for him. But he just happened to hit mine.
Do you feel like you've been humbled?
Fuck no. I've always been humble.
Yeah, I know. I'm just wondering if you feel any differently about yourself.
Nah.
No.
Any differently in what way?
I don't know. Sometimes someone suffers a setback and you're like, you start doubting yourself.
Nah, hell no. Even more confident.
Really?
Yeah.
How? Why?
I'm me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, it's very impressive because, as you said, most human beings would probably want to be. We've seen it a couple times, right? To me, and I'm not. People think I'm trying to shit on her when I say this, but I'm not. Like, no one has ever handled a moment like this worse than Ronda, right? Crazy enough, 7 years ago today.
I heard. I know it's. I was in the nosebleeds.
You were there. That's right.
In the nosebleeds.
In Melbourne, yeah. And so here, that's crazy. That is wild. And I always said to myself, like, you don't need to handle it like this. Like, no one thinks less of you because you lost. But
I think it's just the pressure she put on herself, and
Yeah.
she holds herself to the highest standard. So yeah, everyone's different. Living life is an art. You can do it however you want to, but maybe that's what made her feel better. But maybe she just didn't have the right guidance. Who knows? But yeah, I know what you mean. I think so. Even I think with TMZ back then, she was younger as well. Maybe just didn't have the right guidance. So I'm sure maybe now if something like that happens, she'd have a different way of handling it.
Was there any part of you that didn't want to go to the post-fight press conference?
Nah.
You had that sick coat. You had to rock that.
I meant, Kurama.
Who made that coat?
I don't know who made it, but my boy Ugo Mozzi, he set me up with that.
Incredible. The whole look, even the look coming to the event.
That was
with
gangster.
the straps.
I had
There's the.
That's another. Yeah.
By the way, is that the house?
Yeah, that's the house we're at.
Jeez, Louise, this house. I feel like you need to move into. Who's giving that house up on? For like
Dr. Fred. He's a cool guy. I met him.
You know this guy?
I don't know him, but I met him. Now he's come to the house a few times, and he's
the owner of the house.
Yeah,
he just rents it.
It's an Airbnb. Yeah, I guess.
Sick.
Yeah, it's a fucking crazy $12 million house, or 12 point something.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
What's it a day?
I can't tell you.
Okay, sorry. You said 12 million. Do the math. So the jacket, the straps coming in.
Yeah. Not even the shirt I was wearing is T'Challa's shirt from Black Panther. So the print and everything underneath, that was literally the exact same shirt he wore in the movie, in the first Black Panther movie.
Okay.
And then Ugo gave me that leather jacket as well. So I was like, ooh, that goes together with this. So I just mashed it together, and I put the Yeezys on with the jeans. Yeah, it was a whole. I was gonna bring my so Fred as well gave me a fucking real samurai sword.
Damn.
Gift 2 days before the fight, and I was just like, this is cool. Gave me chills when he gave it to me, and it's like a real sharp samurai sword. It would have been sick with it as a look, but I was like, I know these fucking UFC people. Oh, you can't bring a weapon into the arena. I'm like, I don't want to deal with all that. So I let it go.
Speaking of Black Panther, at the post-fight press conference, you referenced Chadwick Boseman and what he went through, and you sort of compared it to some stuff that you've been going through. Is everything
not the same? No, I'm not. No.
No, I know. You just said people make fun of you sometimes about and you've been dealing with some stuff that I'm not talking anything like cancer, God forbid.
Yeah, amen.
But is everything okay?
Yeah, I just have some things I need to fix.
Okay.
And actually check on my health properly. Even Fred as well. He said, I think we need to see each other because I watch your interviews and you might have some acid reflux, and he said some other doctor words to me.
Why? Because of the burping?
I've been doing like a hiccup where not just burping, but like some stuff.
Okay.
He just.
And who's Fred?
The guy who owns the house. He's a doctor.
Oh, that's the guy?
Yeah.
He's the one saying that he's been watching your interviews and he wants to check you out?
Mm-hmm.
You should take him up on his word.
Definitely. So, and for me, just certain things as well. Fucking Jared Cannonier fight, I had my PCL got done.
What does that mean?
PCL is like the muscle.
No, I know what that is. What does it mean got done? Like it tore?
Not tore, but I think it got stretched or like fucked up. This camp, there was like a 3-week period where I only sparred boxing.
Wow.
Grappling.
Because of the PCL?
Yeah, because I didn't want to get kicked. There was one of my first sparring, I checked the kick and I just went down because it was like just horrible pain. So yeah, then I went another 3.5 week period where I only sparred with boxing and grappling. And I didn't want to pull out of this fight. There was no
Were you close?
Nah, not even close.
Okay.
But it was a thought, like, is this going to be fine? Like, this is a really important fight. And I was like, nah, there's no fucking way. Both times before MSG, there's always been something with my knee.
Really?
Yeah.
The Brunson fight?
Oh, yeah, that was my right knee, and I took 5 days off training completely. 3 weeks before the fight, that thing.
Okay. Yeah. Dr. Fred. Okay, so but you're just going to get checked out. Everything okay, though? You feel like you're okay?
Need to know basis, but yeah, I'm fine.
Sure. What's crazy about that was I was watching the press conference this morning, and you referenced Chadwick Boseman, yourself, and obviously I wish nothing but the best for you.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started thinking about Rumble Johnson.
Bro, that one, I've been seeing the posts, and it's crazy.
Crazy, right?
It's crazy because you never know what people are going through. I knew I had an illness. I wasn't sure what it was, But then it just out of nowhere, boom, and I was like, oh shit. I saw it on Twitter and I was just like, what the fuck? And again, it's just, I mean, I only spent maybe a few weeks with him, but every time I saw him, he was always a cool guy to me and always showed me love. But still, another one of those where it's just like, yeah.
You were in his camp in Florida, right?
Yeah, that's when I first met him.
He brought you out for
When he was meant to fight Jones, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How did he bring you out? Was it he that reached out, or did someone else?
Rashad made that happen. But I think Rashad was also trying to get me to come to Black Zillions.
Okay.
But, you know, I'm loyal to my soil, my team. But yeah, we had some good fun over there. I'm glad I shared the cage with him. He is not a light spar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had some rumbles.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
He's a guy that, yeah, he'll put it on you.
Right.
Yeah, but he's not doing it as a dick, I guess. He just spars hard, like he fights.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. Like, you guys are superhuman.
Yeah.
And to see a guy who is in such great shape, and then you're like, what? That's it? Like 38?
Out of nowhere. Young too. Yeah, 38's young.
And we just had Elias Theodorou.
As well. Rest in peace to him.
Yeah.
Well. That's another, it's just, it's too many. It's too many these days. Not even in our game, just in life in general. Like, just in the spotlight, you just see another, like, Takeoff, dying as well. But all that shit's stupid. But yeah, these ones that just, like the medical ones, the health ones are just.
And that seemed to come out of nowhere for us, right? Like, we were just like, what the hell? Like,
exactly. Shock.
And, so I was trying to, obviously you mentioned that. I was like, the most famous one is Chadwick Boseman, because that one really came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But it is a reminder. I was talking to my kids about, I was like, look at this.
I remember the memes, bro. Like, I remember people making fun of him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he looks like he's over this already. He's done this 1,500 times today. I'm like, and, you don't really think anything of it, but behind the scenes, he was fighting some real shit.
Right.
And then when he's gone, people were like, oh my God, I never knew. I was like, well, yeah, you don't know what people are doing. You don't know what people are going through. Yeah.
So my boys were complaining about going to school today, last night. And I was like, I want to show you something. I want to show you a picture of this guy. And I showed them a picture of Rumble Johnson. I was like, what do you see from this guy? Like, he looks like he's superhuman. Look how strong he is. Look at the highlights. Look at the knockouts. I told him, I found out today that he died. Do you think he wants to go? Do you think he would, like to go to school tomorrow or do something? I was trying to tell him to be appreciative and to be grateful for what you have, right? And so with you, like, I guess what I'm getting at is we all kind of want you to be sad and expect you to be sad.
That's what I mean. People.
You don't really have anything to be sad about.
Life's great. Yeah, life's great. Before the war, because every time before I get on a plane, I feel like I'm going to war. Every time. Even before, when I was fighting in China, when I was flying over there, every time before I get on the plane, it feels like I'm going to war. Like, this is just on some burn the boat shit. I know I'm coming back, but it just feels like I'm going to war. Afterwards, win, lose, or draw, is a sense of gratitude and relief that I'm here, I'm healthy, I didn't have to go to the hospital. I did very well, and I get to go home to my family and friends. So that's where that sense of gratitude and relief comes. And also, I've heard about the whole thing with, relief of I don't have the belt anymore. I didn't feel that one bit. I've talked to, Usman called me, shout out to Usman, he called me, and we talked about some stuff just to he's checking up on me, make sure I'm okay, and just, letting me know what kind of stuff may pop up. But yeah, I'm very aware. You know me, I'm very with my emotions and with the.
So there was none of that heavy is the head that wears the crown type of stuff.
It's still here. Like, people will still want to fight me because it's me.
Yeah.
I'm Israel Adesanya.
You hear from George?
Not yet, no.
Okay. And you mentioned your dad wasn't there, but you called him afterwards to let him know you were okay, your family. Yeah, exactly. How come they weren't at this one?
This one I was just soldiers only. I really wanted, it was my decision.
Okay.
I made it soldiers only.
Damn, you had to tell them that.
Yeah.
Were they sad?
Nah, they respected my decision just for this fight.
That's a tough conversation to have with the parents, no?
Nah, they respect my decision.
Okay.
Yeah, so soldiers only, and that's why it's, again, Fortress of War. I kept everyone that, when it was just me on the card, I wouldn't have all this theatrics with everyone else coming through, nah. But then when everyone else started to get added to the card, I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring only the soldiers, and I've put us in this fucking house and make this a Fortress of War in the X-Mansion. And that was my theme, my narrative for that camp, yeah.
Next time, do you want to be alone? Is it a lot to handle?
No, fuck no.
Okay.
No, I love having a team there. No. I like to fight with at least one other teammate on the card with me. It's, what do you call it? When you what's the thing? There's a quote for this somewhere. Like, when you bleed in battle or in training together, you go into battle together, something about it, it's just different.
And last week there was this common thread about this meeting with Eugene and the coaches and, you know, the knives and all that stuff, the stuff that we talked about. And I felt afterwards, everyone was talking about it. I was like, I feel like we only know 5% of the story. And so I know that it's like a need to know thing, team only.
Yeah.
But I do feel compelled to ask, like, are you and Eugene good?
Yeah, we're good.
Same page?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Because
we're a
you're
team. He cares. You guys don't understand. Eugene gives a fuck.
oh man, I'm so impressed
You
by
have
that
to
guy.
understand, Eugene had one of his fighters die in his arms. Wilman, rest in peace to Wilman Rodriguez. So when he has a show like this with 4 fighters, who some of them have families to go back to, kids to go back to, he puts this pressure on himself that he has to get them back to their family safely. And he'll do everything in their power. Well, remember, he was gonna quit the game after that happened. It wasn't until his coach told him, of anyone else on this planet, who would you trust? Because these boys are still gonna fight. Would you trust them to be guided by anyone else on this planet? That's what switched the mind switch in him. And he's like, I have to keep doing this. I can't let them go into battle alone. He gives a fuck. But sometimes he just has to show some tough love, because that's what we need sometimes. And yeah, we're a team. We're a solid base. We can't be shook. And yeah, you know, families have, you know, disagreements sometimes, but that's family.
What did he say to you afterwards? Are you able to share?
What did he say to me afterwards? You mean immediately afterwards?
Or in the back?
In the back? No, we're good. He just like told me how proud he is of me. He's really happy with the work I did. I can't wait to watch the fight back, just because I've just been busy.
Yeah.
I've been chilling, enjoying the New York City
But
life.
he, you know, he like he's almost like a father figure, it seems like, right?
My big brother, yeah.
Yeah. So did he show love?
Of course.
He was happy with your performance.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, and even with Brad and the team, everyone just surrounded Brad, showing him love. We all back him 1,000% in whatever he wants to do. You know, if he wants to come back later on, I know Brad will get the itch. I know that, man. He's a savage. He just needs to step away for a little bit, and eventually seeing the way, because he's a savage. He just keeps fighting. He's been fighting for too long, so you just need to pull back for a long time. Might be a year, might be a year and a half, but he'll be back at some point if he wants to be.
I know you mentioned the knee and all that. When do you think you might come back?
I haven't thought about that. I'm just literally, I get to enjoy Christmas and New Year's and a nice Kiwi summer for the first time in years without any like looming fight
Right.
on the horizon.
Right.
Since before my UFC debut, I'll fight either in January or February, and I have to train through those. I'll eat. I might, you know, drink a little bit, go out, maybe go to a New Year's gig, but I haven't really enjoyed it. So this New Year and Christmas, I'm gonna really enjoy myself and just chill. I'm gonna travel maybe some. I'll help my teammates as well, get ready for their fights, their respective fights. But yeah, I'm really just, yeah, I deserve this. I earned this.
Yeah.
My 3rd fight in 10 months as a champion, putting it on the line every single time, you know? So yeah, I earned this.
Is it 100% that your next fight, whenever it is, will be against him?
Yeah.
Is there any part of you that, I mean, are you worried may not be the
I'll
best?
still fight him.
What was my question?
If it was gonna fight someone else and lose the belt,
Yes.
I'll still fight him.
You'll still fight him next, without a doubt?
I
But
can fight him.
but you want him to be the champion so you get the belt back, no?
I hope he's the champion, but
Right.
I'm just saying, hypothetically, if
Yeah.
he isn't, yeah, I'll still fight him. I'm crazy, bro.
You want this one.
Yeah.
You know in your heart you beat him the next time?
I can beat him. I know I can beat him. You've seen I can beat him.
Right.
He just, you know, I wouldn't say luck. Fuck luck. It's just, he just invested well. It's good game plan. He's a good fighter. But I know it's my ego maybe, sure, but I'm allowed. I just believe I'm better. Yeah.
And you saw probably Khamzat say he wanted to fight him and whatnot. How do you think that goes?
That says a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be a huge mistake to have him fight someone else. This could be one of
it's
the
me
biggest
and him.
fights.
No,
Yeah.
it's gonna be me.
But it
and
has to
him.
be for the belt.
Yeah, it will be. No, it'll be me and him.
Maybe like International Fight Week, something like that.
Nah, that's too far.
Oh, too far. I thought you needed some time.
Yeah, but come on, man.
Not that much.
Chill.
It's only like
Yeah, I told you, this is my 3rd fight in 10
yeah.
months.
That's why I'm trying to give you time off.
Yeah, but chill, daddy.
Okay,
Relax.
all right. I was just looking out. And for him, I mean, he's obviously going to be a bigger star. I feel like this could be like legit over 1 million.
I think this will be
buys.
over 1 million. Knock on wood.
Oh, you think this one?
Yeah.
The one that just happened?
Yeah.
Shit.
I just feel just because people, people either want to see you win or lose, and I feel like this is the one where they're like, oh, he might lose, and yeah, I'm hoping over 1 million. So I don't even need 1 million buys to make it earn, but still, I'm just for my own ego, I want to tick that box over 1 million pay-per-view buys. Yeah.
Did the brass say anything to you afterwards?
I'll talk to Dana at some point, but Mick's cool, and Mick already knows what's next.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's you versus him. Dana also mentioned at the press conference he's looking into Africa. He said this is something he wants badly. And he said, did you see this?
No.
Yeah, at the post-fight press conference, he said his main focus is going to Africa.
Breaking news to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he said, and someone said, like, where in Africa? Obviously a big place. He said Nigeria.
We can do it. It's just, I know my people. It's just too much greed, too much red tape, and too much corruption. But money talks.
Right.
And the UFC has a lot of money. But it's just, I'm being honest. I love my people, but I know the government, my people are beautiful people, but the government can be corrupt. Very corrupt. And they just, if they see dollar signs, they're like, okay, we need this and that. And I don't know how that shit works, but I know, trust me, growing up in Nigeria, money talks.
Is there any venue big enough for something like this? Like, they've got stadiums, right?
Trust me, yes.
But UFC doesn't usually like to go to stadiums. There's no indoor venue. This would have to be at a soccer stadium.
Build one.
They could build one?
Yeah, we can build one.
Damn, we could build one.
Yeah.
You're just going to help out?
No, my people will.
Yeah. Any chance you think this happens?
I think so. This is breaking news to me. So
but do you think it's chance? Could you imagine you versus Alex in Nigeria?
Yeah.
I mean, this is like some real rumble in the jungle type of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is
breaking news. So you actually, like I said, the hunter's now the hunted.
Yeah. Wow. They never told you this?
You don't need to tell me everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was a thought, like, is it a little too late? No, I was just talking, like, I was just pointing at no one.
Okay.
Like, is it too late? Like, you were champ, Usman was champ, Francis may be on the way out, who knows what's going on with him. Did they miss the boat?
No, fuck no.
Still be big.
Fuck the belt. Come on, man. We're us. It's us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What we've done is still etched in history forever. This is like, there's moments in history that would never ever be, it's not over. It's not over, like I said, but there's moments in history that will never be captured again, that will never be replicated again. And I'm very proud to say I was part of that. You know what I mean? I am part of that, again, because we're still writing the book. This ain't over. Game ain't over. I thought it was game over, but yeah, I guess putting the coin again, it'll play again.
Second biggest gate in MSG history. Not for like a UFC event at MSG. MSG period.
Damn.
Behind
really?
the first UFC event at MSG.
Bro,
You know how crazy that is? Madison Square Garden. Second biggest gate ever.
That's cool.
Because of you, some kid from Nigeria.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
It is an insane thing.
That's what I mean, like little moments like when you think about it, I'm like, you can't help but just feel like you smile, it's grateful. Like, fuck, I did that, we did that. That's crazy.
What is the lesson to any kid who might be down right now and who would react like we were talking earlier? Like, what do you want?
Yeah, don't project. I think people in life just, what it is the fear of judgment. I think that, especially with these days.
That's the problem.
Kids, man, I'm glad we didn't have this when I was in school.
Right.
Because I know a lot of kids lose their lives because when they leave school, shit follows them home. People are making, rumors on Twitter or whatnot, or, kids are stupid as well. But yeah, it's not the end. Even I told this kid interviewed me last week, Jazzy. I don't know if you know, she's like this little girl who interviews rappers and entertainers and whatnot. She surprised me after the Empire State Building,
okay.
What do you call it, stare down. And she was interviewing me and she asked me the same question at the end, what advice would I give kids? And I just said, don't peak now. It's okay, because most kids, like I've seen even in primary school or high school, when they peak, they're in the starting 5 or whatever, or first 15, as we like to say in New Zealand for rugby. And then that's their peak, and then they talk about, back in high school, when they're 30. I could have been in the All Blacks, but my knee blew out. I said, nah, don't peak. If they're peaking now, that's cool. Don't peak. Your life is going to get better. They peak now, you peak later on in life. Because kids as well, they think this is it forever. And they're just too focused on them now. They don't realize, like, there's so much more ahead of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'll just say don't peak now. Just enjoy yourself. And eventually later on in life, you'll see they'll be the ones that, I'll be saying, oh, I knew that guy. I knew that guy. Oh, we used to be friends.
But what is it like on social now? Because I can't imagine like.
It's a lot of love. I'm surprised.
Is it a lot of love?
Yeah.
It's not a lot of people being like, wah.
Of course they are. Come on, man. It's me.
Yeah.
But still, like, I'm surprised from a lot of people as well. I wasn't expecting. I'm just getting so much love, like in the DMs, in the comments, and also even Schultz text me, Lil Duval. I was surprised. He showed me a text from me, and he said, what did Lil Duval say? He said, why do I feel sad this morning? You know? And I'm just like, oh, like, I didn't... He's sad. Right. He's living in the Bahamas somewhere, and he feels sad the next morning that I lost. And I'm like, nah. And that's when he said, by the way, that entrance...
See, people don't know.
That was fucking good. So I haven't finished it yet. So after the weigh-ins, Tim put it on in the car, and we were watching Alex and Craig Jones on, and then they were roasting Uncle Joe, and you just came in like...
It was very stoic.
Oh my God, that was fucking crazy.
That's more.
I never see you walk around with your dick just swinging, just like fucking. What you doing, bitch? Who? Bang, bang, bang. That was good. I want to finish the whole show because it was like 4 hours long.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. It was a lot of swearing. I started doing some push-ups.
Fuck yeah, I saw that.
But listen, you see, this is what people don't realize. Listen, my hands were compromised. But you don't think I could do a push-up?
I know you can, but I'm just.
Want me to show you right now?
No, don't.
Okay, I'll do it.
Is that the same shirt you were wearing?
No, it's a completely different shirt.
It looks good.
What are you trying to say? I wear the same thing Friday and Monday?
The same jacket I'm wearing.
Yeah, but a jacket's different than a shirt.
That doesn't matter. Oh, well, you're fine.
This is Kelly Slater's company. You know Kelly Slater?
Yeah.
He's got some cool stuff.
He would DM me, yeah.
He's a huge fan.
I talked to him. Yeah, he just makes sure I'm okay. Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Did The Rock reach out?
The Rock? I haven't checked.
Wow. Yeah. You're that big time. You didn't even check if The Rock has a DM for you?
It's just eventually
flowing, right?
Time to myself, then I have to like scroll through.
Yeah.
And then see which blue checks I can reply to.
How long are you here for?
I leave in a couple of days.
Like any cool shit, any other stuff that you're doing? Just chilling?
I want to have a look at the city skyline through a helicopter. That'd be cool.
Wow.
I might take some shrooms, go back up to one Vanderbilt.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a cool art exhibit I did last week, but I did it, and I was just like, this would be cool on shrooms.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. I've never done that before.
It's fun. Oh, just chocolates, little microdose, that's all.
Okay. Yeah. And what is it? You're just like
just
floating?
Just feeling yourself and just enjoying it. And it's an like immersive art experience. There was a room with fucking balloons, like really like shiny tinfoil helium balloons. I don't want to spoil anything, but just go to the one Vanderbilt. Have you been?
No, I've never been.
Take your family. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Really?
It's beautiful. Mirrors and it's, say less. Just
okay.
Go. Just
all right. And then you go back home?
Go back home and just...
chill out.
Mom's house first. Mom and dad's house. Chop some mom's home cooking.
With the hands, no utensils?
Exactly.
Only guy to ever eat a matzo ball soup with his hands.
For real.
I personally never experienced it.
Yeah, history, baby.
Yeah. And by the way, one last thing before I let you go. What is it like when you're the guy involved and you're watching the weigh-ins and the dude isn't showing up? Because you were tweeting about it. You're like, please.
Yeah. Well, for me, I was like, I don't want any excuses.
But I'm always wondering, like, are you watching the stream as well, waiting? Okay.
I'm just getting...
You're just getting updates?
Updates from certain people.
Okay.
Inside information.
Were you worried?
Nah, a little bit. I was like, I don't want any excuses.
Right.
I don't want any excuses like, because I did the work. And yeah, I just know, come on, man. We've seen people do things to make weight that they shouldn't do to make weight. So I was just like, whatever you have to do to make the weight, make the weight.
Wow, shots fired on DC, huh?
No. Fuck off. You see what you did there?
I'm just joking.
See what he did? Don't let this guy, don't let him get, DC. Don't let him.
I was just trying to, by the way, Plastic Cell, you know Plastic Cell?
That's my guy, yeah.
He showed me the...
No way.
He's sending it because of our conversation.
Shout out to Plastic
Have you seen
Cell.
this one? I
haven't seen it in real life, but I follow
You saw
Plastic
the picture?
Cell. Yeah, I know
the one of you?
Yeah, well, like that.
Oh my God, that one is
gangster.
sick.
Yeah.
So that one's coming here.
That was years ago. He did that years ago, but yeah, send me one too, Plastic Cell.
Okay, so that's funny. He said, I will send you one to send Izzy. And I was like, well, why send it to me to send it to New Zealand? Just send it to Izzy.
Send it to me. Hey, DM me.
Yeah. That one is sick.
It is.
That one is beautiful.
He does a great job because he's the details as well. I see the way he uses that.
And the pose.
Little brush, yeah. Classic me.
You're classic, man. Yeah. I have so much respect for you. Honestly,
Thank
you know how
you.
much I appreciate you and how I feel about you as a human being. But for you, this is not an indication of who you are. We knew who you were already, but like, you didn't have to come here. You didn't have to go to the press conference. You didn't have to do Schultz. You didn't have to do any of this.
I want to.
I know, but you could have just disappeared and everyone would have understood. You were on Instagram posting things saying, I love this life, all that. Like 5 hours later, I see.
Was I? I didn't drink, no. I was just sober, but I was just appreciative, yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's a reminder, like, man, we shouldn't be so hard on ourselves.
Worst things in life have happened to me, Ariel. Like, worst things in life. Things that most people will kill themselves over.
Really?
Yeah, like multiple times. But I've just been through so much in life that I'm like, I'm still here. Like, more bad shit have happened to me in life outside of the cage, but I'll be fine, you know? I've had just life. Life will fucking kick your ass. So this is nothing. This is light work. Yeah, I'm still here.
Much respect.
My man,
there
respect.
he is, Israel Adesanya returning. And I tried to tell them, they're making a whole big deal about Alex Pereira. I'm like, no, it's Pereira.
Is it?
Yeah, it is Pereira. And I'm like, if you're going to make a big deal about saying Alex Pereira, could we get Izzy's name right?
Yeah, I know, right? Disrespectful.
Adesanya.
There you go, yeah.
It's not that hard.
Exactly, yeah.
Anyway, we're going to take a quick break. We'll say goodbye to Izzy. Here's a classic clip from an old episode. There he is. Look at this guy in studio. What a legend. I'll be back in a sec.